I'm BrianTheBlue, and welcome back to Current Calamities, where I take a break from the past to look forward to the future with the games of the present. So, truth be told, this episode was originally going to be on the new Clubhouse games. I even had footage of my cat and the original DS game that Mama Blue now has. But then it was brought to my attention that Super Mario Bros. Is celebrating 35 years. And now we have a new All-Stars game. In 3D!
Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the latest compilation of titles that star Nintendo's plumber mascot, this time giving a shine on his previous 3D outings.
I was almost confused by the anniversary. While his original game is 35, Mario is actually 39 technically. Miyamoto says he is in a day over 24.
I, of course, have played all the games in this compilation in their original form, them being Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. I've even played the original All-Stars a few times before across several platforms, and I managed to get a neat little magnet set at Target when I bought the game on launch day.
These are gonna go on my fridge, but remain in their seal to keep their value. It's about time we got a sequel, though it may not be exactly all of what we were expecting. I'll get to that later, as I'm just excited to see how they made the transition into HD. This is a current starter we're dealing with this episode, so let's revisit some of Mario's past outings.
So the menu is small yet simple, showing all three games with a little history and gameplay to show you what you can expect. And we're going to start where his 3D ventures began, with Mario 64. Already at the start, I can tell this is very clear and shiny. I also played the originals to compare them with their new HD ports, and you can clearly see the difference with Mario's polygonal face that you can still mess around with to make his pupils stick out. But the fun is in the main game. For those who actually haven't played this before, Peach invites Mario over to the castle to enjoy a cake she's baked for him. And Lakitu is here to document our arrival.
Who am I kidding? You've played this game before, right? I hope.
Turns out Bowser has taken over the castle, and we gotta regain it from King Koopa's grasp by recovering stars that lie in the portraits around the castle. Now, I played a good portion of the game to get a good comparison, and it's pretty much as I said earlier. There is an obvious polish, and it looks very good, giving the graphics a new shine as if the game was new again. There were a few subtle differences, like with the explanation of controls to match the Switch layout, and it took me a bit to get used to the controls since it feels a little weird to play Mario 64 without an N64 controller.
Never thought I'd say that in my lifetime, but 2020 has brought out the weirdest things.
I played up to the first encounter with Bowser, which is a whole other can of worms, as they not only changed Mario from saying to just simply, but they also expect me to twist Bowser with my drifting Joy-Con.
The problem is real, Nintendo, and it's not going away.
Joy-Con drift didn't show up a whole lot during my playtime, but when it did, it was apparent. Luckily, it wasn't enough to take away from my enjoyment of this HD port, but I still had issues remembering what to do, like how close did I have to be to get this stupid eel out, or what the treasure chest order was. Obviously, I haven't played in a while, but Super Mario 64 starts this compilation off with a bang. Very well done, and hey, Nintendo might not like the thought of a gay Bowser, but they're still okay with dropping baby penguins off the ledge. Hashtag dumb baby penguin, hashtag deserved, hashtag fuck PETA. After that adventure, Mario and Peach decide to take a vacation on Isle Delfino in the next entry, Super Mario Sunshine. Now look, I know some people like the game while others do not favor it, and I so happen to be on the latter. I do not like this game. I have my own issues with it, which will probably come into play here as it's very much the same game, but it does have a noticeable polish. For those unaware, we've been framed for Delfino's woes with barely any evidence, and now we gotta clean up the mess and the threat with our new water backpack buddy, Flood. The graphics do look good. Maybe a little too shiny, but they nonetheless shine, for lack of a better term, to go with a terrible joke. The details of the levels and such are shown off more, and luckily I didn't encounter any noticeable glitches others have encountered. What I was able to notice were the cutscenes being a little funny. Apart from a few new random cuts I was able to catch, the explanation of Flood was completely butchered. I get why they had to do it because it's not a GameCube controller, but they could have Metal Gear Solid 3D'd this if they had the resources. The controls themselves I struggled on. I never really got used to the complexity of them, and it's no different here. And if you are wondering if you could switch over to the classic controller, well, for being touted as one of the most advanced and best controllers ever, it's somehow not compatible with it. How? I did my best, however, to reach the plot twist of spoilers, Bowser Jr. and Mama Peach. And that was about all I could stomach, really. There's plenty of things I could say, but I'll reserve that for a future video. All I can say about the HD port is that it is what was advertised, and then some. Man, all this time in the sun has worked up a sweat for me.
It appears to be heading toward Corona Mountain.
That has not aged well.
Time to get away from that island as soon as possible, and what better way to do that than going into space in Super Mario Galaxy? Already I have a minor complaint, as I'm not able to use Mii's as part of my save files. Why?
Give my Mii something, please. Give me another Tomodachi.
Now the difference can immediately be seen during the opening sequence, as the HD port is a bit brighter and everything else has been given a good polish. To no one's surprise, Bowser has captured Princess Peach again, and Mario must seek assistance from Rosalina and the Lumas. This has gotten me in a nostalgic mood, as this was the first mainline Mario game I ever played. I haven't touched it in 9 years, and I was maybe 8 or 9 when I got it, and it still comes to me so naturally that I still choose to shake to attack instead of using the new option, the button. As well as the change in speech and pictures to conform with the new control scheme, a cool thing for me is how they handled the cursor. There is no sensor bar to deal with anymore. Now the Joy-Con can sense where the cursor is in relation to how you move it, and you can recenter it in an instant. I don't know how they did it, but I'm impressed. Although I first saw it in the new Clubhouse games, I'm still thrilled at the progress of the technology. I was so happy to play this game again, to tell you the truth. I even played it longer than the other 2 games because it was just so much fun, and it brought back some good memories.
When will we go back to the good times?
I played up to the first encounter with Bowser, but I honestly didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep playing. I enjoyed it a lot. Going through regular levels, boss fights, even the motion-controlled based ones weren't that bad. At least I didn't die more than once. While this is perhaps the best port of the bunch, it brings up a glaring omission. Galaxy 2 somehow didn't make the cut. I'll admit I was bummed, as I think I spend more time with that game than this one, or I have more memories of it than I do the original for whatever reason. I have 2 possible theories as to why this could be the case. The first one doesn't make too much sense, as continuity hasn't been a thing in the Mario universe before, but it could come into play with the Galaxy games. While they may be numbered, this could be a Red Dead Redemption type deal where the sequel is actually a prequel, as I think the endings are vague and neither title references the other throughout the game. So, I may be talking out of my own bunghole, but my second theory may hold up better. There may be another 3D All-Stars coming out down the line, with Galaxy 2 and hell, even Odyssey added to the mix. It's been done before, so it could happen again. If not, at least we got the soundtracks. So the only other real feature of this compilation is the ability to listen to the soundtracks of the games in all their glory. And there's no shortage of great tunes to listen to, like let's say Dire Dire Docks. Or how about the Secret Course tune in Sunshine?
Best thing to come out of that game.
Or what about Honey Hive? I think I'll leave you guys at that. You pretty much get the idea, I'm sure. Now you have the opportunity to play Mario's first 3D outings, all with a nice makeover and polish. If they're better than the originals is completely up for debate, but I would gladly replace Sunshine with Galaxy 2 and see what fireball storm that would have made.
So with all that being said, what's my overall opinion?
Nintendo usually has a great reputation for providing improved experiences on the games that got them where they are today. And when it comes to Mario, they haven't lost their touch. They surely didn't want to either. Mario 64 looks like it hasn't aged at all. Maybe a little too generous with my wording, but it still looks good, still proving itself to stand the test of time. Mario Sunshine is okay, looks fine, just has a few odd things, but it's still the same Sunshine for those who want it. Mario Galaxy looks better than ever. I initially didn't see the difference, but once the comparison was made, I understood what was done to make that game even better than I remember. All in all, 2 out of 3 isn't bad, and it'll give older players or even new players hours upon hours of entertainment. You know what else would have been funny? If they put Luigi's Mansion in with Sunshine, as that was supposed to be the next in the Mario series, at least when it was revealed at E3. Man, even when I found out about the GameCube, I was all about Luigi's Mansion, didn't even know about Sunshine. I'm gonna have to address it one of these days. So what do you think? Do you agree with me, or have your own thoughts? Let me know by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, like the video with those thumbs up. If you think anyone else would like this vid, share it around. And if you want to see more of me, this show, and others, hit the subscribe button. I'm BrianTheBlue, thanks for watching. I'm going back to the past, and until next time, I'll see you in the future.